Castor felt the weight of Sevyn's sacrifice as a deep ache in his chest, mixed with admiration, guilt, and a strong urge to prove himself worthy. He clenched his fists and tried to push away his fear. He knew he would have to face the darkness again and find a way to bring Sevyn back. As he calmed himself and wiped sweat from his brow, a ghostly white Merkaba orb floated down the corridor, lighting up the cold tile. Castor's heart jumped. For a moment, he hoped this was Pollux's soul returning. Renewed with determination, he followed the orb, ready for what came next. "We have to go back. We must go back and rescue Sevyn," Castor shouted, his voice breaking with desperation as his words echoed off the white walls and polished floors of the medical wing. He ran down the corridor, each step fueled by panic and determination. He burst into the detox room, breathing hard, eyes wide and filled with tears. His plea was more than just words. It was a battle cry. The room went silent as his words hung in the air, showing the depth of his loyalty and fear. When Castor rushed in, out of breath and alone, LaChapelle and Mr. Abgel exchanged a look of grim understanding. Sevyn's absence confirmed Chance's worst fears. The seriousness of the moment weighed on everyone. Chance felt the truth hit him, and his shoulders slumped in defeat. His hands shook at his sides, and he stared at the floor, his face hot with shame and regret. The guilt of not saving Pollux in time felt almost too much to bear. "Castor, that is enough!" Mr. Abgel shouted, his voice full of authority and emotion. He grabbed Castor by the collar and lifted him off his feet, trying to restore order. With one quick motion, he slapped Castor's cheek, hoping to snap him out of his panic. "Get it together! You are falling apart! Man up!" he demanded. The words echoed through the room. The shock stopped Castor's outburst, leaving him silent and slowly regaining control. "Is that really how you discipline your children, Mr. Abgel?" LaChapelle said, her voice steady and strong. She stepped forward, her eyes hard and her stance defensive, standing up for compassion over violence. "From where I stand, it looks like abuse. You hit Castor without hesitation. What else should I call it? It's physical domestic abuse, Mr. Abgel. I have to wonder how long you've parented this way." Her words, full of disappointment and challenge, hung in the air, daring anyone to defend his actions. "I know what you are trying to do, and it won't work." Mr. Abgel's tone was defensive, his jaw clenched, and his grip on Castor's shoulder unyielding. "I enforce discipline in the manner I believe is necessary, as my father taught me. Do you know what kind of discipline my father instilled in me, you demon? Tough love." His words dripped with the bitterness of old wounds, each syllable a glimpse into a past shaped by pain and the rigid codes of a different era. For a brief moment, the room seemed to shrink around him, the shadows deepening as the ghosts of harsh lessons hovered in the background. Tension filled the room between Mr. Abgel and LaChapelle. The others exchanged uneasy looks as the argument grew. "It's tough, all right," LaChapelle replied, her voice cold and clear, "but it doesn't look like love to me." Her words cut through the air, sharpening the conflict and adding to the group's problems. "Can you two knock it off? You all argue like a married couple who fell out of love," Chance shouted, sounding sharp, frustrated, and a bit desperate. He threw up his hands and gave them a look that mixed annoyance and pleading. His comment lightened up the mood, easing the tension for a moment, though the conflict still lingered. "Castor, listen to me," Chance said, his voice softening as he looked at his distraught younger cousin. "Don't worry about Sevyn. My mother has already rescued him from the demon realm and is assisting in his recovery. Please, let this news bring you some peace of mind. Sevyn is exactly where he needs to be," he assured, a tone of relief woven into his words as Pollux began to convulse on the medical table. Everyone turned to Pollux, who was slowly regaining normalcy. His copper-toned skin shimmered, nearly healed from the curse. Gold and green scales remained on his right side, forming a striking pattern. He revelled in moving his toes, a stark contrast to his claw-like fingernails. His tongue was restored, but the fangs and serpent eyes remained, giving his appearance an unsettling touch.